fulfill your core. Thank you so much for joining me today. If you like what we do here, please remember to subscribe so you'll know when our videos come out. Please also like and share with a friend. So what we'll be doing today is a HIIT workout. That's high intensity interval training. This is beginner friendly. I will also give some ideas and suggestions if you want to take it to another level. Again, part of this beginner friendly piece is that we'll have 40 seconds of work and 20 seconds of rest. That gives you 1 minute, and we'll repeat that 10 times. So a way to take it to another level is to also just repeat the interval, right? So you can do 20 minutes or 30 minutes. So that's another way to kind of step up what you want to do. A couple keys to success before we get started. When you're doing high intensity interval training, you don't want to have to like pause to go get things. So as you can see here, I have some of my equipment that I'm going to be using. Okay. So I have a couple of different levels of like hand weights, just in case during the interval, if I get tired, I don't have to stop. I can just quickly grab something higher or lower. I'll be using a kettlebell today. And then again, another set of hand weights. All right. So before you get started, be sure to check out the description box because that'll let you know what the exercises are so you're familiar with what we'll be doing today. Or what I like to do when I'm watching videos, I will go ahead and just watch the video, right? It's 10 minutes. Watch the video so you can be like, okay, I get it. I know what we're doing. I know what I want. And then set your things up so you'll be ready to go. All right, let's do this. Getting right into it, and the dead bug on your back, knees over hips, arms extended to the ceiling, wrist over the shoulders. So we are taking one arm and the opposite leg, extending them in opposite directions, and then bringing everything back to the start position before we take the other arm and opposite leg out. Right? So this doesn't want to seem like a scissors. This is definitely, we're always coming back home to stabilize and send the other arm and leg combination out. Okay. You saw my little blooper there. I got a little confused. And so I just brought it back to center and started over again. This exercise is so great because it's for core stability, and it's just going to really warm up and activate the core for the rest of our exercises. So we got 20 seconds to get to our next exercise, which is a side plank. We want to have like an active recovery. These first ones are floor based. So, this is getting up, getting the legs stacked. A modification would be to bend that bottom knee, and that top leg can be long and you can go up. Both legs can also be bent. I'm going to show the one here where both legs are up. Okay. So as I'm holding in this side plank, I'm thinking about those shoulders being square. I've decided to reach one arm up to the ceiling. I'm doing that so that I can focus on pressing the floor away with that elbow underneath my shoulder on the floor, and then reaching up to the sky in opposition with that arm with the fingers pointed towards the sky. I'm thinking about the opposition also of the crown of my head reaching one way while I feel like I'm standing on a floor in the other direction. The underside of my waist, I think about making the shape of a rainbow. All right. So not just that diagonal line, but really lifting up through the waist, creating a little arc like a rainbow underneath. So here's that active rest portion again, just shaking out the hands, getting over to the other side, checking my time right there for a moment. We got 40 seconds of this plank on the other side. Again, showing you that modified setup if you want it. Shoulder and elbow are stacked, and then I press up. I'm thinking about pressing my top inner thigh into my bottom inner thigh and my bottom inner thigh into my top inner thigh. Again, I'm thinking about the opposition of crown of head versus the feet that are standing. You may have seen there, I just made a little adjustment because I want to make sure that I'm not craning my neck down or up or forward. This side, as you see my body shaking, this is my side that has an area of opportunity in it. So I'm breathing, exhaling, drawing the abs in, thinking again about pushing the floor away with that underside. All right, that's enough of that. So next exercise up is going to be a bird dog with a single arm tricep extension. I have my weights ready. So I'm getting in a quadruped position. So that's hands and knees, wrists underneath the shoulders, knees underneath the hips. We want to have, there's one side I call arm butt, shoulder butt, and then butt butt. They are opposite, they're stabilizing, and then the other side is working. So you want to keep your elbow in by the rib cage for the tricep extension the whole time. So that's what I'm focusing on here, trying to feel that since I can't see, and then extending my arm back, thinking about pulling my tricep all the way from my elbow into my armpit to get that arm nice and long. For me, it's often hard to get my left arm super long. So I'm really focusing on that here, trying not to bend through my wrist, really trying to use that tricep the whole way through. All right. So again, you have your 20 seconds of rest here as I switch sides. And I'm going to just turn around for you so you can see the other side working as well. All right. So again, quadruped position. It took me a minute to remember what side's working, which side isn't. And then we start with square hips, square shoulders, my elbow up by that rib cage, and then extending the arm fully. Again, trying to feel the tricep all the way from elbow all the way up into my armpit, back of that shoulder. Also, there is a way if you're wanting to upgrade this. I'm going to show you this in a minute. You'll see me lift my toes of the knee that's down off. Like just staying like this, period, you can see is an awesome balance challenge. So you see, I put my foot back down to continue doing the tricep extension. And then I'm going to try it again, right? And see if I can get it or if I just hold it. So that's a way to take that to the next level. Just trying to see if you can lift the toes of that bended knee off the floor. That is an incredible challenge. And you see me laughing because I'm like, holy moly, that's hard. All right, 20-second rest here into the next exercise. It's going to be shoulders exercise standing. So I'm using the same weights for this for me. And so this is going to be an exercise where we're going to go a front raise, a scaption raise, which is that like 30 degrees, and then that T raise or side raise. Okay. And so here you see me starting. I'm thinking about, my lats and my traps going down my back as my arms lift up. You can see from, my facial movements that I'm really focusing on breath here. I had an injury several months ago, and I have been working so hard to build back up my shoulders. They completely atrophied. And so, as you can see here, I have 5-pound weights here, and it's very challenging for me right now as I continue to build up my strength. But again, I'm using my abs, exhale to find that power to lift. And I have music in the background. I encourage you to. And I'm really kind of going to the beat of the music to keep me in a good place here. So shaking that out. Next exercise is going to be a lateral lunge. So I got my kettlebell. This is my 20-second rest here, and I'm just shaking those legs out until it is time for me to set up for my lateral lunge. So I'm going to go to one side and then come to center. So I'm going out to the same side, just so that I can really focus that what I'm doing is I'm pushing off one leg to get out to the lunge. And then in the lunge, I'm pushing off at the inside of the leg to pull me back home, but I'm also using that standing leg to pull me in. So I'm thinking about pulling my legs together. When you see my legs come together, both legs are working, both inner thighs are working to come to center. So I did about 7 or 8 there because I know that in a 40-second interval, I'm going to do probably about 15, 16, maybe 18. So I kind of did 7 and 7 or 8 and 8 there. Here comes that 20-second rest. So again, staying active. I'm about to go into my kettlebell rotational row. So it's a bent over row. I have this little platform. You can just use a stack of books if you want. But that's so that I don't have to reach down too far and compromise the flat back position. So as I start here, what I'm focusing on in this row is torso first. So rotating the torso, and then that elbow goes kind of skyward and around me for the row. Really working on rotating through the spine, trying to keep my spine long. And again, I just set that kettlebell down in the middle so I can pick it up with the other arm and exhale for the rotation. Nice long flat back. Good, staying in that nice bent position and breathing and moving as I go. Okay. And this is a good opportunity for me. That's a 15-pound. And it's great for me for this exercise. But, if you're going to do 2 rounds of this and you're like, oh, I could probably do more, then, keep that 20 handy if you want to do that. You can also do that with the dumbbell 100%. All right. Next up is going to be a floor chest press with a hip lift. So compound exercise here, utilizing the lift of the hips to get some glute activity. Glutes are bigger muscles, so they're going to help drive that heart rate up a bit, even though we're on the floor. And so every time I press with the chest press, I'm lifting and activating the glutes for that extra little boost. I do want you to take your triceps all the way to the ground here. So I do want you to do this on the floor. That's why it's a floor chest press, so that you can know exactly that place where the arms come down and touch the floor. That's your resting length. And then press right back up over the chest for the chest press. It's an inhale to lower and exhale to lift as you're working through this. Again, feel free to keep another set of weights close by if you feel like you need a little bit more, or if you're going to repeat this, grab those before you start your second round. All right, setting those aside, this is our last exercise, so I decided to make it cardio. Okay, so I have these little platforms here, and I'm going over to get this little platform. So again, you can do this with just like a step stool if you want. You can even, if you wanted, to put down like a shoebox, but you wouldn't step on the shoebox. You'd just be stepping over the shoebox or hopping over. So this right here, this is a little bit of a kind of a hop over. I would say that would be kind of beginner intermediate. Now I am squatting lower. I'm reaching my arms overhead as I hop over the bench. That's definitely intermediate to advanced. This here is the beginner level. Okay, so you're just stepping down with both feet, stepping up with both feet, so that you're just moving, and you can always take it back up. And you can see I'm increasing, I'm going faster because it's almost the end of my interval, and I want to have nothing left in the tank as I go. Okay, so you can always go up or down that, either way. Thank you so much for joining me. Remember to subscribe and like, share with a friend, and hey, watch another video. Why not? Bye.